Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Rewind Be Kind. Well, I just wanted to sit out on my porch, and it is really cool out here today, but to most it may not be as cool to you. I was just sitting out here thinking. I was on YouTube earlier, and you seen those shorts where they show someone at a certain age and then how they are at, a later age. Just imagine if you go and get one of your photos from age 20 and then go back and look at that and then look at like this age 54, okay? Oof, big, big, giant difference, okay? But it a picture popped on the short and it just brought back a memory. That's exactly what it did. It brought back a memory. And I'm out here in the sun. It's about to set. It's so beautiful. And so I think I was probably, 32, 33. And I just wanted to try something new. I said, well, let me try something different. So the state I was in, there was an open call, okay? And the movie was Hustle and Flow. so, so I made sure I got down there. I said, well, hold on. It's right here in my state. They paying pretty good. Let me see if I can get a role. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to be in the movie and get paid to do it. It was an adventure. That's something that I do. I go after adventures. I like doing something different. And so I stood in line. There was a lot of us in line to, I don't know if it was really, yeah, I guess it was to audition. And so I got up there and, to audition, and they had the cast directors, sitting at the table, and I can't remember really all the questions and everything they asked me, and so I'm answering the questions, and pay in mind I was young. I still consider like 32. I think I was about 32. I don't know, whatever year that Hustle and Flow movie came out, okay, and so I'm telling this story because I have experienced so much in my life, and things that I go after and have went after and thinking that that is what I want. I'm gonna tell you like this: the Most High always stop or don't let it happen. Um, and even though I wanted it so bad. So let me just say, I was at the audition, and so I'm standing there and I'm waiting, and they call me up next, and I'm like, okay, what do I do, and they're asking me these questions, and telling me to turn this way, that way, to say certain lines or say some things, and I'll say it, and they were just kept me up there a long time compared to what I saw others um, auditioning or up on the stage while they ask the questions. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna be in this movie. I was excited. I mean, just imagine, like, let's say if you are young, like Gen Z and or millennium, and you want to go into acting, and that is something that even in high school with me, I was in theater, drama. I just liked all of that kind of stuff, all the choirs, just anything that I can perform. I was not, and not today, an introvert. I'm not an introvert, okay, but so if you are looking to do something like that, just listen to my story, okay? Because there may be a reason to why you are. I'm outside, so please excuse the noise. there might be a reason, a divine reason to why um, you are rejected for things. Because, like I said, I have been rejected for so many things in my life, and I've always wondered why does this happen to me? I mean, this is what I wanted to do. I work hard, I get there, I show up, but it doesn't happen. And paying my yes, I was always spiritual. I always prayed to the Most High. I loved Him with all my heart. That was my daddy. But I had a lot of ambitions, and I believe those ambitions didn't line up to what He wanted me to do. So okay, so I'm standing up there, and they're asking me all these questions, and I answer them, and they look at me and they say, "Can you just have a seat over there?" So they sit me to the side while they talk to everyone else, and so I'm like there, like the last person there, and Brewer walks in. I was like, "Oh wow, this is the director." Okay, and so Brewer, he's standing up there talking to me, and he goes, and he was just like, and then he was looking at the cast. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember, but they're the cast directors. They're the ones that cast the people in the movies, select the individuals, and I remember he just kept looking at me, and he was talking to them. Then he'll turn around and he'll just keep looking at me, and this is what he said to me. He said, "Well," he said, I would love to put you in my movie." He said, "I would love to put you in my movie." He said, "But I can't cast anyone who is more beautiful than the star." So I'm looking bewildered because I'm like, who says that? And I think it was Tahar. I don't know if I'm gonna say her name right. Tahari Henson. Yeah, her. So she was the star of the movie Hustle and Flow, and he says, "Well, I can probably put you in the movie." He said, "But," he said, "you gotta understand, they're gonna look raunchy, and they're gonna have the makeup on and make them look like crackheads or whatever." And I was, to myself, I was like, well, I actually said, "Well, that's fine. I just want to be in a movie. I just want to, that was one of my bucket lists, actually, to be in a movie, cast in a movie." And he goes, "No, I can't do that to you. I can't do that to you." He said, I just can't have you in the movie." It was just like a bittersweet to me. Can you kind of understand how I may have felt? I'm like, okay. And so after that, I didn't try anything else because I felt that, whatever I go after, or, with my ambitions of trying to do something out the box. I always try to do things out the box, and it was one of my bucket lists. I didn't care if I was an extra. I just wanted to experience it, and so I would say probably about 4 or 5 years later, and this is the interesting part of it. I was at I love live music, live bands, so I would go out. There was something called a shell where these bands would come and play, and you put your little blanket and everything down, and you sit down, and so I'm sitting there, I'm waiting on everyone to come on the stage because like I said, I love live music. I will go and listen to a live band any day. But this was a good one, okay? It was packed. And I think it's called the Levitt Shell, yeah. And so I used to go out there all the time. I didn't get to the story, right? I used to go out there all the time. I mean, whenever, the summer hit, spring, and they had their concerts lined up, I made sure that I had my little chair, and and my little blanket, and you can bring your drinks and things like that. It was really fun. And so I'm sitting down. Now, this is how you know that everything works out how it's supposed to. And I'm sitting down, and I look to my right because I feel someone looking at me. And I look and I see two little kids on a blanket. And I looked and it was Brewer. And he goes, "Hey, how are you doing? I remember you. How are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing good. I'm doing good." He was like, "Oh, okay." And that was it. But I just thought that was a story to tell because, like the other story I told, as far as, you know, finishing my degree for pre med, going through the stipend, getting selected, took the MCAT, passed it, and the Most High said, "No, that's not what I want you to do." So I still don't know what I want to be or what I'm going to be when I grow up. I know that I am in the Most High's hands, and I just say I'm His superstar. So if you get rejected, or if you're going after wanting to be in acting or things like that, I would say it it can be a blessing in disguise. At that moment, you may not feel good about it, but after some years, like I look now and think back now, and I mean, it was a blessing in disguise for me personally, you know? So, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Just if you get rejected in things, in professions or jobs or even relationships, I would just say take it as a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise, in my opinion. And I know you can possibly agree with me, that there was a reason why the Most High kept me out of that, you know. And to this day, I don't know why, but I'm grateful. I'm so thankful. I am. I look back and I'm like, wow, I am so glad because I have enjoyed my life thus far, you know. So I just wanted to share that. If you can tell me anything that, hindsight, knowing that you were rejected for and wanted it real, real bad, and then you get older, you look back and you go, wow, I am so glad that I was not selected. If you have a story and want to share it in the comments, go ahead. Okay? Well, thank you for listening to my little story, and rewind, be kind, subscribe. Thank you.